Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm working on this oil painting that I think has been in the works for almost a year now, maybe. A very long time in any case. Some of you might recognize it from, I think I did a video of the sketch process, again, forever ago, maybe about a year ago. And I thought now that I'm finally readdressing it, finally repainting her, I would talk about what I think about and the steps that I take when I feel like it's time to restart a piece. This happens every once in a while where I start working on a piece, I get a pretty good ways through it, and then I realize that I need to restart it for various reasons. And this is a process that I like to be a little bit more analytical and thoughtful with it so that I don't just jump into starting something new because I'm feeling really frustrated with it, when sometimes it's a piece that can be salvaged or it's just in an ugly painting phase and really I just need to push past it. So one of the the most important thing to do when it comes time to thinking about starting over is I always make sure that I look at the piece and really figure out what actually went wrong with it. There we go. Because if you don't know what went wrong with it, why is that so hard to say? With the first painting, you won't be able to fix it in the second painting. So oftentimes I find that it's usually one of two things for me personally. The first one is that the drawing was not right. For whatever the case, I maybe rushed through it. I didn't take enough time to look at it. Maybe I end up with a piece that I'm working on where the face proportions are just not quite right, or maybe the composition isn't balanced and it feels unfinished or hard to look at. And in those cases, usually I have to go back to the drawing board. Literally, I just have to go back, fix it, start over, and get it right from the very beginning. Sometimes you can correct things. Sometimes you can balance out a composition that's imbalanced or fix a face so that it might be more correct. But I found that in a lot of cases, if it does have an issue like that right at the root of it, at the foundation of the piece, trying to fix it oftentimes just ends up muddying up the piece so that it's not as sharp and clean and impactful as it could be. And in those cases, I almost always choose to just restart. Now, it didn't used to be that way, but I have realized how much benefit I get from just being able to accept that time that I spent on the first piece, that it was a learning process, that I was figuring things out, I was making mistakes, and now I get to do a new piece that is right from the very beginning. The second reason that I might look at a piece and realize that I just need to start over, that it's time to just go back and start from scratch, is in the execution. And this is a much broader way for me to have issues with the painting, but it can come up in a lot of different ways. It could be I think probably the first one and the most common one for me is that I'm underprepared going into the piece. So if I rush and I'm not careful with my color comps beforehand, sometimes I can just get in over my head. It ends up wrong. I try to correct it, and then there's just no fixing it, because there's only so much you can do with watercolors or in a lot of different mediums. It can really just be a limit on how much you can really play with that kind of thing. So yes, oftentimes I have issues where I just didn't really think it through. I didn't plan out where the values were going to be, what colors I was using nearly as planned out. Sometimes I'll think, oh, well, I have a plan. I know which colors I'm basically going to use. And then it just, it's not as correctly planned. And then it just ends up going awry. So that's usually my first issue when it comes to execution. Another one is when I am trying something that's really new and kind of out of my depth, and that's the first time I'm practicing that kind of technique or that approach to something. And these cases, I definitely find it easier to give myself a little bit more credit for when it is a failure, because I'm trying something new, I'm figuring it out, and I have to do that first try to make sure that I know what I'm doing. And if I don't, then I get to do it again. I get to try another piece. I do think that it would be better if I got better at doing practices of whatever technique I'm using in the final, before I get to that, I'm not really as good with that kind of process, but it's something that I should be more aware of to not waste time on a full piece if I can focus on the specific techniques. But yeah, that's often the case. If it's something new and it's really challenging, if it's something that I haven't done with my medium before, so I'm not entirely sure how to handle it, then sometimes I can get myself in a bit of an issue where I can't fix it anymore. And really, all of this does come back to understanding the medium that you are using, because some of them are much more forgiving. They allow you to fix the mistakes. I found that oil painting is significantly more forgiving than watercolors. So with watercolors, sometimes I can fix certain issues, but oftentimes it just ends up becoming really muddy, and I can only go darker with the colors for the most part. So yes, it's good to know what the limits are of what you're using, so that you can know, okay, well, these are my options, and you can know if those options are actually viable for fixing your issues with that painting. And if they're not, then it's just time to go right back to the beginning, start over, and have a new plan. And that really is the big thing, is that after looking at it, figuring out what went wrong, then I need to go back. I need to fix the drawing, or I need to do more color comps. I need to make a plan and figure it out, maybe more studies for whatever that thing is that I'm doing. And then I can go into the piece with much more information and confidence on how to actually execute it. So let's talk a bit about this piece specifically. So the first take that I had of her, I did in oils, just like this one. And I did say the oils are much more forgiving for certain mistakes, or for a lot of mistakes. But I was still just right at the beginning. I was trying to understand how to use it. And in the original sketch, in the original concept, I had her in almost like a cave-like environment with this waterfall behind her. But because I just didn't really have much confidence or skill in using oils, I still don't, I was trying to do a background that demanded much more complexity and skill than I had at the time. So I was trying to make the waterfall very specific looking, where kind of like in photographs where they have the exposure for a really long time, so it looks very soft because you're seeing a lot of time compressed really tightly into that one photograph. So I was trying to do that kind of approach so that I didn't have to do a realistic waterfall. And it just wasn't really working. I painted the roof part of or at least what suggested more of a rooftop part of the cave, and that wasn't working. So I decided, oh well, I'll just paint over the entire background and make it more like what this version is, and that's where I'm letting it be like a night sky scene with some clouds towards the bottom. But at that point, I had put so much layering of oils underneath for the waterfall and for the cave roof that you could see it through the paint. Not the color, but the texture of it, as well as the finish. It's had more of a shine to it where it was overlaying certain colors. And it was just like that. You could see it still, just like this ghost of what was there, and I could never really figure out how to get even that top layer. I couldn't get the same finish where it was shiny and matte in other areas, and I know now that varnish can certainly help with that, but again, that's just more information that I needed. But yeah, so I decided at that point that I needed to step away from it, learn more about oil painting, and then I would come back to it. I wasn't really sure how to approach it then, but after letting it sit for months and having it in the back of my mind after I finished a piece, thinking, well, is it time to work on that? I don't know yet. That's when I decided that it was time to just scrap it and start on a new canvas, a new wood panel. So for this one, this was kind of a going back to the drawing board a bit, where I did go back, I refined the sketch, I changed the background to be something that I feel like I can actually execute, and that helped a lot for me having confidence going into it. So I actually kind of combined both of the execution issue and the drawing issue, as in I cut out the part that I really was having issues executing. And I think that that's a smart thing to be able to be aware of where your limits are, what you can do to work around that, and when you are just avoiding what you need to be working on. And for me, that was holding me back from doing this piece, and I really wanted to do this piece. So I decided to simplify that area so that I would be able to execute it in a way that I feel like I could with the set of skills that I have with oil painting. And now this is the very first layer of the oil painting process. I love, this is a little side note, but I absolutely love watching an oil painting build up with the different layers and watches. It just becomes more and more fine-tuned, and I love this process. It's really exciting. So yes, this is just the first layer. It's the base where I'm establishing where the colors are and the basic values and everything. And yeah, then I can move on from there and work on her some more. And that is it for today. I do want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I do want to give you a very sincere thank you for all of the support that you show me over there. I do have a link to that down in the description if you want to check out my Patreon. I also have a link to my art shop where you can get prints, originals, or other art goodies, enamel pins, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that's about it for today. So I will be back next week with another art video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.